You Can't Be a Pterodactyl, written by James Breakwell and illustrated by Sophie Corrigan. You can be anything you want to be, the teacher said in class. I want to be a firefighter, said Morgan. I want to be a farmer, said Mason. I want to be a nurse, said John. Tommy stood up proudly. I want to be a pterodactyl. The whole class laughed. You can't be a pterodactyl, said the teacher. But you said I can be anything, said Tommy. Anything but a dinosaur. Pick something else. But Tommy didn't want to pick something else. He didn't want to be a dinosaur either. He wanted to be a pterodactyl, which is actually a prehistoric flying reptile. Tommy didn't tell the teacher that. She didn't seem very open to pterodactyl facts. Not a dinosaur. Learn facts. You can't be a pterodactyl, Morgan said during math. How would you even become one? Tommy shrugged. The same way anyone becomes anything? College? Maybe watch a tutorial online? Tommy went to lunch. I'm going to be a pterodactyl, Tommy said to the lunch lady. Really? The lunch lady asked. What would you like to eat? Live fish, said Tommy, scooped straight from the ocean. Gross, said the lunch lady. But Tommy didn't think it sounded as gross as that day's mystery meat. You can't be a pterodactyl, Mason said at recess. Where would you live? A big tree, Tommy said. Or maybe a cave in a cliff overlooking the sea? You can't live there, Mason said. No one could visit you. But Tommy thought that was the best reason of all to live there. There's no money in being a pterodactyl, the bus driver told Tommy on the way home. Jobs have to pay money. People will pay me to pick them up and fly them places, Tommy said. What if people don't want a pterodactyl pick them up and flying places? The bus driver asked. What if they're scared? Then they'll pay me not to, Tommy said. Probably more money, in fact. Squawk, said the big kid sitting behind Tommy on the bus. I'm a pterodactyl. The other big kids squawked, flapping their arms too. Tommy closed his eyes. If he were a pterodactyl, he wouldn't have to put up with this. The bus pulled up in front of Tommy's house. Squawk, said the big kid. That's pterodactyl for goodbye. All the big kids laughed as Tommy got off the bus. I can too be a pterodactyl, Tommy yelled. He ran inside his house and slammed the door. What's wrong? Asked Tommy's dad. Tommy told his dad all about his teacher and his classmates and the lunch lady and the bus driver and the mean kids on the bus. Tommy's dad actually listened carefully. So he finally said, Tell me why you want to be a pterodactyl. Tommy thought and thought. I guess so I could rise above any problems, Tommy said. But if I wanted to, I could still come down and help. You can do that, Tommy's dad said. You can live like a pterodactyl, even if on the outside you still look like Tommy. Tommy spread his arms and pretended to glide after his dad. Tommy and his dad played pterodactyl all afternoon. They dove for prehistoric fish, they dodged erupting volcanoes, they left angry dinosaurs in the dust. Finally, they landed exhausted. Tommy's arms were too tired to pterodactyl anymore. By the next morning, he was ready to fly again. And flying he did, every day. He practiced doing pterodactyl things. And you know what? He grew up to be the best pterodactyl ever. If you're enjoying this book, you can own it by clicking the link below, and I would love to hear what you think. So if you loved it, click like, and if you didn't, you can go ahead and hit the thumbs down, and I won't do this type of book again. Until next time, bye.